Hello, I am Michelle with two L's.
And I'm Natalie the Red.
And we are Force of Light Entertainment. And today we are here to give you our review, our thoughts. We just left the theater seeing the new Greta Gerwig movie starring Margot Robbie as Barbie and Ryan Gosling as Ken. So,
Just Ken.
yeah, he's just Ken.
Just Ken.
Yes. So let us get into that. But before we get going in our Barbie review, if you are not yet subscribed and have not, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also give the video a thumbs up. But for those of you who are new, we will give you our initial thoughts, what we liked about the movie, what we didn't like about the movie, and then we will rate this movie. Okay, so first off, I will say this, that Barbie kind of came out of nowhere for me. And through the trailers, I was very excited for this movie. I know a lot of women that have been very excited for this movie. So for my initial reaction, did it live up to the hype of what I was feeling from the trailers? I will say that answer is a no for me personally. That's my initial thoughts. Natalie, I'll let you give yours and then we'll move into what we liked.
Okay. Well, as far as like what I thought, for some reason, I thought there'd be a twist. Like I thought it would be,
well, there kind of is at the end.
So I didn't expect it to be just like this, super cookie cutter Barbie kind of totally kid friendly movie, so I guess I'm saying that to say I didn't really know totally what I was going to get into, like when this first started getting talked about and the clips of it and everything.
Well, what were your initial thoughts?
But my initial thoughts. Okay, initial thoughts. Well, I don't know. Should I say positive, negative? I enjoyed a lot of elements of the film.
Okay, that's your initial thoughts. Okay. All right.
I don't know if those were the best initial thoughts, but
well, let's get into what I thought was good about this movie. Because there's definitely some things that I can say positively and some things we're going to get into negatively about this. Positive, I would have to say the set design of Barbie Land, Barbie World.
So fun.
Was so fun, incredible. Would love to just go like play on the set. They truly did. I mean, it just shows again how practical effects are better.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they really brought to life any girl who played with Barbies. If you bought Barbies or even just passed Barbie section in the toy department, like that's what they created. They did a great job of creating the Barbie world. And then I also would have to say, I think every actor in this movie gave it their best and did a really great job. Margot Robbie was, I thought, excellent as Barbie.
I really did think she was fantastic.
Yes, I thought Ryan Gosling, I mean, he did good at Ken.
He was funny. He was kind of like the humor of the movie.
And I mean, they make his Ken, he's pretty one note, but he does the note well.
Right.
That's what I have to say. And then even some of the other Kens, like the guy who plays, he's in the Marvel movie, Shang-Chi. I forget.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
He did a really good job. Yeah, pretty much all the Barbies and Kens, I thought did their role quite well, quite frankly. So the acting, I thought was excellent. But that's kind of where, and then there was humor that landed for me at times. I thought Kate McKinnon, like there's a part where they kind of show kind of the way girls can treat their Barbie sometimes. But anyways, there was humor that definitely landed, some that didn't land, but a decent amount of humor that did make me laugh. So there's my positives.
I had quite a few chuckles throughout.
So Natalie, what were your positives? I'd say you agree with me on I kind of nailed the main things.
Yeah, I think there was like so much about this movie that I did enjoy, and I did find. Do I think like more females are probably going to be drawn to certain things about it?
I mean, this movie's it's definitely made for females, so
but I thought that there was quite a bit that was like positive about it. Like you said, the set design, the look of it, the fashion, the visuals are so great.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like you were in Barbie world, like I said.
It did. And, the performances, I think there is, like some truth in it, I think, for women, and certainly things that women can identify with, not like woke feminist type stuff, but just woman stuff, so I did appreciate certainly elements of the film.
Yes. Okay. Are you ready to move into what we don't like, or do you have more positives?
I'll take it away, sister.
Okay. So what did I not like? To me, this movie, what I saw was a lot of kind of wasted potential, because there were, again, I just went over the pauses with you. But for me, this kind of shows what the power of a good screenplay or a bad screenplay of a script. And to me, the script just kind of failed. I think Natalie didn't feel quite this way. Like, to me, it felt like a long 2 hours at times. But then beyond that, I would say, and there's a place obviously for certain messaging, like, say, even like I told Natalie, I feel that I was preached to more in this movie than I was in a faith-based movie. Like that's where I feel. Um, just I heard the word patriarchy more times than I could count. There were definitely lines that just made me roll my eyes. Like, and there were multiple of those eye rolls that I kept having. That would take me out of Barbie world, because you're throwing this, like, today's slang and talk about real world events into the movie, and kind of from a very specific perspective. So that, to me, it was just overly preachy, the script. Like, there is a thing Hollywood about being subtle in messaging, and this is the polar opposite of being subtle. Like, instead of show don't tell, they were just like literally telling you. And I mean, at one point there's like a speech. I mean, it was like a sermon basically that we got on their thoughts and on the way things were,
like what's expected of women.
Yes, and that, to me, it weighed the movie down, because this movie should have been uplifting to women. I mean, Barbie is, when you go back to Barbie, she was a feminist icon, but she was like a first wave feminist icon. And first wave was like, we can be Dr. Sue, we can be a lawyer, we can do this or that. Where this is kind of more modern third wave feminism, and let's just say they weren't very subtle with their messaging on some things. So that's the negative to me.
Well,
those
and
two
I think,
things.
That is unfortunate. Like, if they're kind of parts that they're overdoing or trying to, do the message, like a little too much, because it's like so much is so fun about it, or even relatable, some of the woman stuff, or so it's just it's to
me that's why I said I felt like there was wasted potential, because this could have been such a fun, girly, over, like, ridiculous movie, and there were still elements of it that are, and that you could have fun with the ridiculousness of the movie. It's just that.
Another thing I'll say I liked on a positive. I know, see, it's hard sometimes on the spot.
Yeah, you think of things later. Right. Again, we just watched this.
But I thought there was good emotion in it that I didn't expect to be there. Just like some of the sweet moments. There were just some sweet moments in it that it was like, I didn't really expect that going into it. But like you said, that's probably not going to be as appealing to young girls. So it's kind of.
Well, and that kind of leads me to you. Now you made me think of another negative. I think tonally this movie was kind of.
She hated a lot more than me.
I think tonally this movie was kind of all over the map. Like, you could go from like this very kind of tender moment to basically talking about the patriarchy moment to now I'm laughing again moment. It just kind of, the tone was all over the place, in my personal opinion. I don't think I'm going to be the only one who feels that way about this movie, but that's kind of it. So let's rate Barbie. Natalie, I'll let you rank it first. We do it out of level of enjoyment, 5 being the max level of hoots we can give.
You guys, I gotta be honest. For enjoyment, I'm gonna give this a solid 4.
Well, Natalie gives it a 4.
It's a bold choice, I know.
I'm somewhere between like a 2.5 and a 3. Again, there was fun that I had. There was a beautiful set design, great. I think the acting, they were all on point. It was just the preachiness of this movie that it kind of just wears you down at a point. Like, you're like, I mean,
it's just some of it. It's unnecessary. It's like, how the kids will say stuff is cringe.
It was cringy. It was cringy.
Like when you're a little too on the nose, sometimes it becomes cringe. It crosses that fine line.
I mean, there were comments like,
I don't know if the line was that fine.
There were comments literally colonizing
Yeah,
capital
kind of
anti-capitalism.
like, let's get all the lingo in here,
You fascist. They call Barbie a fascist
But
in
then
this
you just felt
movie.
bad for Barbie.
You did feel bad for Barbie, but you're like, why is Barbie being bashed? Like, Barbie's Barbie. Leave Barbie
Yeah.
alone.
Barbie's gonna
But the
Barbie.
point I'm making, white savior, don't cultural appropriation, all the terms that are used today by a certain group of people were literally put in this movie. And it was just a lot. Like, it was cringe. It was cringe.
I feel like we're gonna come to a point in the future that we look back and this is sort of thing is kind of time stamped. Like
Yes,
do you
it
know what I
is.
mean?
It
Like,
is.
like
It
think about
absolutely
it.
is.
Like it'll be like, oh, that was during the 2020 era or years, or like where you have to get in all those buzzwords within one film.
Yes, because even like say we just did Indiana Jones.
Like it's a fad.
Yes, like in Indiana Jones, she had her line about capitalism.
Just wait and see. Yeah.
But yeah, capitalism's been pretty good to Greta Gerwig. But
and we will point out, dear Greta, I don't think the patriarchy has stopped you from being successful. Or Margot.
No, or any of the other lovely women in this movie.
So we're just saying, put a smile on.
Yes.
Like, I mean, you guys, you ladies are doing great.
But maybe, Natalie, I fall into the category because there's literally a line that says you're either brainwashed, weird, or ugly. So maybe I'm just brainwashed, according to Greta. That's a possibility too.
Can't you be both?
I'm like, well, I'm not ugly.
Why are they trying to make me choose?
But yeah, again, to me, it was a disappointment because I was so leading up into this week. I've been so excited, so pumped for Barbie. I thought it just looked like in today's time, it's just fun to have like.
And she was more pumped than I was. That's the honest truth.
Yeah, like it's just nice to have something that's unique, something that's kind of an original idea. I know Barbie's been around for a long time. I
kind of do think it was that, in its good ways and good senses. Like,
yes, it was in its way. It's just this should have been like, we didn't need all that. Like, I didn't need to think about the patriarchy, but hear that word about 20 times throughout the course of the movie. That's not what I was looking for out of Barbie. Like pretty much like when they're at, like in the beginning, there were a lot of elements that's like, that's what you want. I don't know.
Yeah. And it definitely is fine to mix in, the kind of the mother-daughter storyline.
Yeah.
And it's like, that was great, and like you said, kind of a little wasted potential not to you could even kept it funky, keep the emotional elements, but just maybe ditch the preaching next time.
Yes. Yeah, let's do
that. Or
that.
make it a little more subtle, at least.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Hollywood has always had their messaging. They just did it subtly, not like screaming in your face. That's kind of where we are now. But anyways, that's our thoughts. Do you have anything else you were gonna say?
No, I think that's a wrap.
That's our thoughts on Barbie. It was,
guys, go easy on me in the comments.
It was yeah.
I know we can still be friends.
But anyways, maybe one day Hollywood won't let me down. We'll see. There's been 2 movies I like this summer. But anyways, thank you.
Oppenheimer next?
I'm probably going to be
Oppenheimer.
I'm probably going to watch that. I don't know how I feel about that or not. Sometimes Nolan I like, and sometimes it's a Tenet. You never know. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching this. If you have not yet subscribed, go ahead to the subscribe button. Also, leave a message or a comment below and give the video a thumbs up.
Or just say hi. Just leave a comment.
And as always, ladies and gentlemen, remember to be a force of light. All right. Bye, guys.